keep thinking about life and about a lot of things. Yeah. And sometimes I wonder if ever we could get to a place where I don't know, just people just kind of get along, you know. And though it might sound like a though it might sound like a crazy thought, you know, or something that is impossible to happen, um, I kind of believe that it could happen too. Yeah, I kind of believe that it can because in my years on this earth, treading this land, I bumped into a whole bunch of different things along the way. You know, some of it you kind of laugh at, some of it you take really, really seriously, and some of it you just, you know. But the fact that you're paying attention to the madness, it requires energy from you, you know. It takes energy to have to analyze what it could possibly mean, what somebody else is doing. And sometimes when you do all that work and then you don't get the results that you desire, it, it throws you in a way that not even you will understand because it's not even you that's responded. It's like a reactionary kind of vibe, you know? But I think if we take a moment to take a look at how human beings interact and the kind of things that they do, you realize that they're never really doing anything to harm you or to hurt you or even to get you upset in any kind of way. Um, there's the there's always there's always that desire to get you to understand something, and you'll find the same thing in yourself too. There's always that desire to try to get the other person to understand something because you feel like if they understand it, then they will realize that they're wrong or they'll realize that your way is the better way or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? But if it is that if it is that you look at it from the perspective that people are just going doing whatever it is that they're doing because of where it is that they've been and what it is that they've carried with them along the way. People get hurt, and they get hurt in a moment. And then the emotions that they attach to that hurt as, pretty much burden them all through their lives because the memory is so painful and the memory is so heavy and so there's so much energy that it takes to keep that alive and to keep feeling sad about that and to keep reattaching yourself to those emotions. It's an incredible thing. So the idea is is that if somehow we could find clarity around the idea, you know, that we are a part of a whole, right? So essentially, we are one. We are part of the whole. We are part of everything. Everything that you see is a part of the universe, and you're a part of it. There's no distinction. It's not like you can separate a drop of water from the ocean in which it fell. You know what I mean? It's just like you're just one. There's a oneness that happens, and ultimately that's what we are. However, it's through the years, different teachings have evolved or have emerged, and people have found different ways, in a sense, to get to what it is that they consider their understanding of who they are. And so, really, what has happened is that there's been a lot of programming. And so we've been programmed to think differently. We've been programmed to think that we're different than the next person, that my color means something and that my religion means something and that all of these different things, these are things that we are gifted to by the universe, by God, to celebrate whatever religion you find yourself in, whatever circle you find yourself in, whatever color you find, whatever color skin you find yourself in. That's just where you happen to be at the moment, but that don't mean that we're not connected. That don't mean that we're not one. That's crazy to think that that means that you're better because you have money or whatever the case is. Every part of what it is that you see makes up the whole. The reason why you care about the things that you care about is because something is wrong with the things that you care about, and so you want to fix them. And so it's a natural order. So in order for us to keep on creating, keep on looking for the betterment of humanity, we got to keep going. We got to keep going. We can't stop. And that is what's essential about us as human beings. If we just come to that simple understanding that we are a part of the whole, and therefore anything that is out of alignment, the best way to get it back into alignment is to give it the opposite of what it is used to. And what it's used to is attack and judgment and bitterness and hate. And what it is that you're going to take to it this time around is nothing but pure, unadulterated love, unconditional love. Take that to the situation and watch what happens. It changes everything. Don't argue. Who cares? Forget about what they think or what you think and what you've been arguing for about the longest time. Think about where it is that you are right here, right now. What is the best that you can get out of this moment? This one. And create that in every single move you make, every relationship, every person that you encounter. Let that be your duty. That when you leave that conversation, both persons or all parties will leave knowing that something miraculous just happened. If it is that we take a look at sometimes when we're angry and the kind of things that we do and the kind of thoughts that we have, and if it is that we understand that it's just a part of healing, sometimes we have to get angry to stop being pitiful and victimized. You know what I mean? Stop feeling like a victim. See, just kind of get angry and get past that stage, you know? And then one day you're going to realize that the anger is not serving you very well. And then you're going to move on to another stage. And you're going to get to the point where you can just simply surrender to who you are and do what it is that you know within your heart to be the truth. Nobody can tell you that. No doctrine of this or any, nothing can tell you that. You understand that in your heart, and that is the key. And that is why they say God lives within you, because the truth is within you. You know when you do something wrong. You do. So if it is that as human beings we can understand just this simple message, there's no holy pop books to read and things to create. All it is that you have to do is every situation that you encounter, forward with love. Give love. Always make love your first step. And every step that follow will support that first step. So you might say it sounds simple and all of them kind of things, but look, I feel like I feel like it's time, I feel like it's time that goodness kind of steps out front and start doing what it is that it needs to do, and stop sitting in the background and talking about how bad it is. It is time for us to sharpen up our skills. It's time for us to love more. It's time for us to give more. It's time for us to just surrender and simply just be a part of this magnificent ground, this earth, this place that we find ourselves. We're in Jamaica right now, and we're in the land. It's a paradise. Let's surrender and enjoy that. You know what I mean? And wherever it is that you find yourself right now, just be present to what it is that is right now. Sometimes you take a glimpse back and you take a look at where it is that you've been, and if you can come through that clean without the pain and without the attachments and without the emotions, and just kind of take a look at just what it is that it took for you to be where you are right now, if you can really dig in and understand that, and then when you look at it, you realize that whatever it is that happened is done, but from here I can do whatever I choose to do. So the things that have not served you well, you don't have to bring them with you. You can leave those things exactly where they are. You are everything. You are the answer to everything. You are the magic that you've been looking for. You are it. There's nothing coming. You are it. When you realize the power that you have, you don't need anyone to tell you right from wrong. You never have. Ever since you were a baby, you knew, and you tested and you did whatever. You always know. You are absolute magic. Magic. Stop letting people upset you. They cannot upset you. They're only operating from where they are. They're operating from their core, from what they're going through, from what they've experienced. Why are you getting in caught? You don't need to get caught up in that. Leave them alone. Let them go deal with their stuff. You deal with you. And the only thing you have to do is just simply just take it. If there's something for you to adjust to, or to, something that makes sense to you, absolutely, you will know that too. But you don't have to sit and make your decisions based on what other people want. Not at all, actually. You are always, always independent of everybody else's opinion. You always have choice. Always have choice. So I say, choose to make this a magnificent world. Choose to make it a better world. Choose to make it the kind of world that you want to live in, the kind of world that you want your generations to grow up in. You have that choice. Every single day that you encounter every human being that you do, you have the opportunity to make them walk away from you feeling as though something amazing has just happened, and that they've grown as a result of knowing and becoming, just having this conversation with you. You have that opportunity every single day. And if it is that you can share that with someone and it impacts them so much so that they will share it with somebody else, and then we keep on moving, absolutely, I believe that we can have a perfect world. And let's start by creating our own perfect worlds, and let's bring them all together. Let's not come with our baggage and expect that somebody else is going to make us happy. Let's get our goods together. Let's bring our goodness. Let's bring forward the best of us. And we can heal our world. I'm absolutely convinced of it. I know it like. So here's the truth. Love is who you are. Period.